Welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to be focusing on TaylorMade's new Stealth 2 fairways. We've already tried out their drivers, and if you haven't seen that video, go and check that out after this video. But we're going to be looking at all three models that they have on offer and how they can help your game. So TaylorMade have kindly sent me through all three of their fairways. We've got their standard model, we've got their HD, the height draw version, and we've also got their plus version, which is kind of like their low spin, to complement the drivers that they've brought out as well. If we look at the top of the fairway wood to start with, we've got a carbon crown on the top, but just like the driver, we're not seeing that carbon in it. It's kind of a glossy kind of look. Whereas we saw a slight difference in the look of the driver with the HD and the standard into the plus, they're not seeing the differences in this one. It's pretty much consistent right the way around with all three of them. So by using that carbon crown, we're able to take the weight out of the crown of the club and relocate it in different positions, trying to make this golf club maybe as easy to launch as possible, making it super forgiving when you have those kind of off-centered strikes. Like that one. Unlike the driver, which has got that carbon red face, we've not got that. We've got standard kind of twist face in this particular model, and again, running right the way through all three models. But we do have the advancement of the inverted cone technology. The idea of that, very similar to the driver, is we're trying to get consistency across the whole face. So off-centered strikes, we're still trying to maintain as good a ball speed as we possibly can, just to try and make sure that we get that distance and ultimately give us the forgiveness that we need. Speed pockets running right the way through all three models. Interestingly, in the HD and the standard model, we're not getting an interchangeable neck that we are seeing in the plus version. That meaning the plus, you can maneuver it just maybe that little bit more, so you can move loft around on it. We're seeing kind of standard HD is 16 degrees in loft, whereas in the standard we've got 15 degrees in loft, so your kind of 3-wood area. HD being a little bit more weighted in the heel, to aid those players that tend to maybe move the ball from left to right or hit fades or slices. So that's going to help you square that club face up that little bit more. And then in the plus version, well, we've got that interchangeable back, so we can move the weight forward and back. So if you're somebody that wants maybe a little bit more forgiveness out of that plus driver and maybe launch it just that little bit higher, then maybe moving that weight just a little bit away from the face is going to help you. And then the opposite, and if you're somebody that's trying to maybe take spin off the club and get that weight pushed forward, get the CG closer to the face, that's going to bring that spin number down and kind of give you that bomber that you're looking for. The other thing that you'll notice with all three fairway woods is they kind of get slightly smaller as they work back. So the HD version just maybe looking that little bit bigger when you look down at it, to more of a kind of a neutral side in the middle with that standard, and then the plus just looking like it's a little bit, maybe a little bit thinner from back to front, and just that little bit smaller in its profile. And again, the idea of this is to, by making that fairway wood just that little bit bigger, it just gives it a little bit more MOI, gives it a little bit more stability coming into the shot. And then we're looking for maybe losing a bit more spin coming into the standard. And then with the plus, we're just trying to take spin off it completely, which is going to give us that, well, like I said, those bomber shots that we want to get from our fairway wood. So looking at the numbers, what I've done in this video, I've done a little compare between the plus and the standard model. So both set at 15 degrees, but that plus being maybe just that, what should be slightly lower spinning. So hopefully maybe getting a little bit more out of it if I get the strike right. Ball speed off the club face of the plus, 143 mile an hour, compared to the standard at 145. So just giving me that little bit more out of the standard than I'm getting out of the plus. Launch is interesting. I'm getting 15.5 degrees of launch out of the plus version, whereas if in the standard I'm getting 14.5, so a degree less. Again, this all comes down to my strike and performance of what I'm getting out of the shots that I'm hitting. If we look at spin though, it kind of falls more in line now. Seeing 3.2, nearly 3.3 in the spin from the standard, whereas I'm getting about 3.1, just shy of 3.1.5 with the plus, which is kind of what you would expect to see. Peaking out 38 yards high with the standard compared to 39 yards high with the plus. Again, launching that plus just that little bit higher, is just peaking out a little bit higher as well. and then carry distance 235 with the standard compared to 232 on an average with the plus. So really, there's not a great deal of difference in it. Probably my strike performance, what I'm getting out of the standard, probably that little bit of extra help is just giving me what I need, because I'm not the best when it comes to my fairway woods, certainly off the deck. But I think there's more opportunity with that plus. If you can get that strike location just that little bit better, I think there's a good opportunity to be able to maneuver that club just that little bit more to give me more. So good numbers that I'm getting out of their fairway woods. If you've seen the driver video, make sure you go and check that out, because that was kind of like a wow factor for me. However, not necessarily seeing it when we're moving into possibly the fairway woods, not seeing a big jump like I may have seen with a driver. But I think these fairway woods complement the driver quite nicely, and I think they cover all areas of golfers in all three models, giving you a few different options. I would have liked to probably seen the sleeve maybe in the standard model as well, to give me that option from a kind of fitting point of view. But from the plus version, I think it kind of packs everything into it and gives us that better option. But TaylorMade do cover pretty much all golfers in these fairway woods. But I'd like to hear what you think about the Stealth 2 fairway woods. Are they an option for you? Are you going to go out and give these a test? Down in the comments. If you're new to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again very soon.